Okay, let's get this set up here. Don't need a sander at the moment. I am gonna need power though, and probably, I don't know if I can do heat and probably can't do heat and the soldering iron at the same time. So let's see here. I should probably check this out. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay. Hey, you're back real quick. Faster than I got set up. All right, so I have a soldering iron now. I went and bought one. And hopefully that's enough solder. Should be. I have a soldering iron. I got spade terminals and a crimper. I got more terminals just in case. Oh, that's what my daughter was looking for. Hold on just a second. Run this into her. Ella, there's your deodorant. Okay, let's see what we can get done here. I have not soldered in a long time. The bigger the job, the better the job. That's how it goes. Let's see what happens here. Oh, man. Oh, and with this light, I'll actually have some light. Cool. So, how do I want to do this? First off, open up the soldering kit. I need a knife for that. I have a knife right there. I hate these stupid shaped packages. It's such a pain to open. Let's see if I can get through all that. There we go. Should be enough. I should probably do that corner here. That should be good. Let's not cut the power cable to the soldering iron. That would be a bad day. I get all those tips. I got some wire. I didn't buy any flux or anything because I just want to get this to work. I'll worry about making it pretty later. I want to test the function of it though. Ooh, an unboxing video. Yeah, now I'm like an influencer and stuff. Oh, it even came with a little sponge. Look at that. That's cool. Little sponge. And then some soldering tips. I don't know which one I'm going to need. Probably the one that's just on there. Oh, shoot. Don't lose that. That's important, whatever that was. Oh, that's a little soldering stand. Okay. Cool soldering stand. And let's see what else we get going on here. I'll have to make like a little box for this. So a little, I guess that's a good tip. I mean, I really don't know. I know nothing about soldering. I'm not doing any fine soldering, so that should be fine. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, let me set this up here before I plug it in. Oh, it's got an ON. Oh, it's got temperature control too. I have no idea what a good temperature is because again, I know nothing about soldering. So we'll set it somewhere in the middle. Say 5, probably 600. This box, I don't need any of that stuff at the moment. Power over there. And we'll go ahead and plug in the soldering iron. Can't tell if it's on or not. It's plugged in. I've got power. So I'll hold it down. Like there's a little, what looks like there's an LED, but I don't know. We'll just let that sit there for a moment and maybe warm up. I could read the instructions. Let's see what the instructions say. General safety, yada, yada, yada. 8. Operation indicator. Wet the cleaning sponge with water, place it in the frame of the support, place the electronic soldering in the support, connect it to an outlet. Long press the function switch for 3 seconds. I thought I did that. Oh, there we go. I just didn't do it long enough. Okay. Blinks after reaching the set temperature. Press on the and the indicator is off. Set the temperature to 428. When the temperature is just enough to melt solder wire, coat the soldering tip with a new layer of solder before adjusting the soldering iron to your desired temperature. When the operation complete, use a dampened sponge or a metal wool ball to clean the residue off the tip. Tin the tip with a new layer of solder again and put the soldering iron back in the holder. Okay. Cool. So it said set it to low temperature. Okay, I have no idea. All right, it blanked. It's at the right temperature. Let me wet this sponge. Okay, sponge is wet. And put that in there, and then we'll tin it. And hopefully that's enough solder. If it's not, I'll get some more tomorrow. Okay. Add this box so I don't lose anything. And I'll take out a little bit of solder. All right, we're going to turn up the temperature a little bit. There we go. All right. Nice little layer of solder on there. Okay. So, first things first, I need to tin the wire, I believe. Yeah, I think I have everything this time, Keith. We'll see. Like, I got what I could from the Walmart, and we'll see if that's enough. Hopefully it is. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to soldering. So, maybe somewhere out there knows how to do this better than me. But what I'll probably end up doing is tinning that wire and then putting it on a crimp connector. No, I can just put it straight on a crimp connector. I don't need to solder that first. So, spade bit of the appropriate size. I think it's in this box. This has got blue. No, it's this one. This one had the right ones, I think. Shit, did I buy the wrong set? That's all right. I can always, I can make it work. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's all right. I mean, this is what they had, so I'm just kind of stuck with it. Let's open that up. Come on, stupid sticker. There we go. All right, let's see what's in here. So, these little spade terminals. That's not going to be big enough. Ah, boy. Interesting. What about these guys here? Those aren't even going to be close. So what I'm going to do is I'll crimp from the bigger one here, because that'll fit. I'll crimp that down and then add some. I'll add some wire to the other end of that. That goes down. And that'll fit in the spade terminal. Okay, so I need to open up this guy. Gotta do it Oki style, just twist and I could do it that way. I mean, just to verify this works. I almost did get a bunch of wire nuts and just do it that way. I'm trying to be doing it somewhat professional. I mean, eventually, like, I'm just op testing this right now. I want to prove that the circuit's going to work, and then I'll worry about cleaning it up and making it look pretty. Oh man, these are some shitty ass crimpers. Let me get some wire in there, some red wire. So I recommended 6 inches from the fuse, but we can make this work. Oh man, son of a gun. Where's my needle nose? Get that up out of the tray here. Boop. Okay. And then this is 14 gauge. Don't need a lot. I probably should have stripped it first and then cut it. It's all right though. Ooh, that is. Should probably tin that, huh? Nah, it'll be fine. All right, put that in there and then crimp that down and see what happens. I almost got one of those cool ratcheting crimpers. I almost got my finger stuck in one of those one time when I was in the Navy. And we had some big boy ones too. All right, that's in there. I can do some heat shrink tubing on there too if I have to. Yeah, I had to rewire a motor one time, the lugs to a motor. That we had this humongous lug crimper. I was working blind. Almost got my finger. I had to work around the pecker head from behind, and it sucks so bad. Okay, so, oh man, I've got a headache. Should be this guy right here. See the wire in the bottom of that? That's good. That's where it should be. Okay, that's crimped on. Sweet. Nope, it's not crimped on. Son of a bitch. Okay. Why didn't that crimp? Oh, I'll do it again. I've got plenty of these. That is the right gauge, right? Blue, 14 gauge. Yep. Okay, the wire's sticking out. Do 2 crimps this time. Make sure we got it. Should have done the far one first. Okay, we're on there. All right, so I've got power. Now, this is maybe 10 gauge. No, I'm going to end up cutting the strand. This is like 8 gauge wire. Holy crap. Might have to do that with a knife again. Yep. All right, we'll do it the way I did it before. Just kind of start carving away the insulation until I get to the wire. There we go. I can stick the knife blade in there. Cut down that insulation. There we go. And peel it back. And actually, I can use my edge of my CNC rail here to really cut that insulation off. Plenty of wire sticking out. I guess I should have paid attention to the gauge of wire on the fuse blocks. I thought I had, but I guess I didn't. All right, that's good. Cut that a little bit more. It's like, there we go. All right, so that's good. We'll put a crimp on there. There we go. Looks like it's down all the way. Okay. Okay, that's on there. And now we can add some wire to that once I figure out what the next step is. Where am I connecting that fuse block to? So, fuse block to positive terminal. And then we'll continue from there. Whew, here we go. Let me pull up my plans here. All right, so we've got red wire. Keep fuse within 6 inches of battery. Close enough. So the negative terminal, need some black wire for that. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I will put a connector on there. This is 14 gauge. Okay, Put a little crimp connector on there. 14 is blue. So we'll try this again. Hopefully it works. If we get a good crimp. So I'm going to go with the back first this time. Ah, shoot. Pulled it off. Ooh, come on. Just doesn't want to grab. No. That's loose. Son of a gun. Did I crimp it the wrong direction? It's always a possibility. There we go. That's all nice and tight. All right, cool. So I've got negative. All right, what's next? Wire the solid state relay. High power side. So battery plus to fuse to load terminal 1. Control. Which one is load terminal 1? That's output. I'm going input, so it must be the other side. Okay. Screwdriver. Plus DC. It's there. Okay. So I can put, I need to add some wire to that crimp. Don't need a lot. A few inches worth. There we go. Strip that back. One side, then the other. Okay. I'm going to end up turning this into a video later on, and just to document the journey of creating props for this year. So as soon as the kids are told what the show is, because I know none of them actually watch my channel, I've been able to talk about it. As soon as the band director lets them know, then I will start posting videos of these lives. Okay, so I'm going to this terminal here, this terminal block here. That's plus 32 volts. And we'll crimp that down. Okay. That's in there nice and tight. Cool, cool. Then what does it say? Fuse to load terminal 1. I don't know what the load terminals are. Load terminal 2, that must be the negative, to boost converter VIN plus. Okay. Wait a minute. Does that make sense? Let me ask ChatGPT if that's what it means. Control. Okay, in step 2. Control. Let me just see what it says. Oh. Inside the switch 24 these two terminals are usually labeled something like load plus 100. Ah. Okay, so I had the wrong side. So there's output. Fuse to boost. Okay. Okay. So labels on the SSR were, let's see, output. One negative. Okay, so. Sorry, guys. Control 3. Output side, boost controller, control side of the Arduino. Okay, cool. So I connected to the wrong side. It's a good thing I didn't apply power to it because it says I would have fried the SSR. That's cool. So my plus voltage is going to go to this side. See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Output is being, to me, that would be output controlled voltage. But I guess the other side does say control. That makes sense too. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay. And then the red wire from there to wherever that's going to. Oh, no, that goes into the negative side. Battery plus into the negative and then the positive. All right, we'll do it that way. Hey, we're all learning something today. Mostly that I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And thank goodness for ChatGPT. I would have fried some electronics. I've been just left to my own devices. Not particularly expensive ones, but still. Don't really want to fry anything if I don't have to. I was hoping that like super bright LEDs would have had a ready-made setup, but they did not. Okay, that's wired into the negative, and this goes, the positive goes to positive. It's going to go to much. Okay. Oh, hopefully that was enough wire. Maybe not. We'll see. That down in there. That block there. Hold it in place and tighten it down. Screwdriver. Okay. That's all good to go. All right. And then that's going to go into boost controller. Okay. Boost converter. Okay. So, all right. Let me check the chat here. Put finish. Ooh, nice. Oh, speaking of finish, I just got some of this, some hard wax oil. I'll be testing that out pretty soon. See how that works on some things. I've never used it before, and I watched. Who was I watching? Oh, I was watching Dan. He was doing that big, like kitchen island board thing. All right. So let's check my list here. Okay, so boost converter is a Devmo constant boost converter. That must be this. It's a large step-up module that drives your 100-watt LED. That has to be this. That's a big-ass transformer right there. A bunch of capacitors. Okay. The large bare circuit board in your parts pile has a large inductor, big copper. Okay, large heat sink blocks on it. Usually 2 Bluetooth potentiometers. Screw terminal, something like Van, sometimes labeled in out. That's the LED driver. So battery is 24 volts. It needs 32 volts, so this will take in 24, boost it up, regulate it to 3,000 milliamps, and power the 100-watt LED. It's not LED driver. Okay. Okay. So let's wire this bad boy together. I need the knife. Might not have to do much soldering. All right, so we got this board right here. And 2 potentiometers. Those little tiny guys. Oh, they're barely on there. Holy crap. All right, cool. So I've got Vin. So I have out plus and out negative. So VIN Plus from Terminal 2. So these are little tiny wires, though. How the heck am I going to... So VIN Plus. So this here, I think I am going to have to solder that. I'll put some heat shrink on there. What do you think? This is like 16 gauge wire to this 14 gauge wire. Solder those together. Put some heat shrink on there. I thought I had some heat. Oh, I do. It's in one of the bags. Where'd it go? Heat shrink tubing. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I've got a headache. Anybody else going to get some crazy weather this weekend? Tonight? We're supposed to get snow, a couple inches. Let's see if we actually get it. All right, so how the hell do I do this? So add a little bit of solder to each, and then solder them together. Is that how I should do this? Again, I'm no good at soldering. Please, somebody out there be a soldering god. Of the 5 people watching. Ugh. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I guess tin the wires, solder them together, but like one is bigger than the other. Should still work. I think anyway. In theory. And do I heat the wire and put solder on it, or do I heat the solder and touch this solder on the soldering tip to the wire? I have no idea how to do that. I will do. Put the wire on the iron, then let the solder melt into the wires. Okay. I knew it was either you, Keith, or TD Knives. Somebody knew what the hell they were doing with soldering. Oh, it tells me to crimp connectors onto it. Huh, interesting. All right. So it wants me to butt splice it and then add some solder. But my butt splices are I can use the larger butt splice. Although I could also put some of the no, those are other terminals. Okay, so maybe I bought a soldering iron for nothing. I'll find something to solder at some point. So we're gonna put butt splice here. Okay, I want to solder. I'm gonna. All right, let's go ahead and crimp that. Okay. We crimp that. Crimp this. I just don't know if that's going to hold. We'll see. That's such a thin wire. Oh, it's on there pretty good. Okay. All right, I got some heat shrink tubing that I can put on there later. Okay. And then the V negative. Solder, it's better bonding connection. Yeah. I can take the So again, this is just like, I just want to test it to make sure I can turn this damn light on. And then I'm going to clean everything up. I want to prove the circuitry works first. And then when I go to build the final prop, I'm going to cut the wires to the right length and everything else. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So I need to go back to turn the pots down. The blue voltage current. Turn the current adjustment pot fully counterclockwise before connecting the LED. Okay, I need a small flathead screwdriver. Where do I have one right now? Oh, I know. I've got a kit over here. Where did I put that? I actually think I put it away. Maybe. We'll see here. If I can find it relatively easily. And I can't. I know I put it away. Pretty sure I put it away. Maybe I didn't put it away. Damn it. It's just a little guy. I don't have any small flatheads over here, I don't think. No, that might work. Oh, I've got a dig it tool. That'll work. All right. Haven't used this in forever. My Leatherman. It's got a small flathead on it. Okay, let's turn that current potentiometer all the way down. Which one is which? Shoot. Yeah. So it says to turn the current adjustment all the way down. That's CC. That's what this one down here. This screwdriver is, nope. It was already all the way down. Maybe. No, I need a smaller screwdriver. Oh, this is working actually. Sort of. How far can this potentiometer go? I'm not meeting any resistance whatsoever. Probably should have found my multimeter. All right, well, that's... I don't know how much further that can go. All right, I'm going to call that turned all the way down. I hope. All right. Mount LED to heatsink. I don't have a heatsink yet. Fan running. Press button. Slowly turn current pot clockwise until current reaches 3 amps. If I don't have a clamp meter, increase slowly. Stop once brightness looks strong. Do not crank it aggressively. All right, I do need to find another screwdriver. All right, let's go back to here. Then minus battery negative to the ground bus. Okay. So I'm going to the fuse, SSR terminal 1, 2, then plus, and then minus to the battery. So the goes directly to my LED chip. Out. Okay, so I need to connect this to the battery. So I need to link the wire for this. So we're going to go with a fairly long piece of wire here that I can reuse later. I decide to make this final. Okay. Let's get that off of there. Okay. There's that. All right, so this goes to this. So I need another one of those butt splices that were blue. So maybe next weekend I'll do the final of this if I prove that this works. Okay. Connect that to here. You know what's funny? I'm left-handed, but I do everything right-handed. Ah. All right. That's all good. So the outlet from that goes to the LED. So LED plus and minus, which I gotta figure that out. It's not exactly obvious on here. It should be a really bright light. I have no idea what's positive and negative. I'm going to assume these are the connections I need to make here. That's just mounting for a heat sink. Okay, time to ask ChatGPT. Okay. 2 solder pads on opposite sides, one slightly larger or one pad closer to the substrate edge. Sometimes tiny pluses laser etch very faintly. Look carefully in a bright light. Boost converter current limit turned all the way down. Important. First, I tell you where's. I didn't put a button in series here. All right, I missed a step. Okay, other side. Okay, go back to. All right, I have to talk to ChatGPT here and see what's. You have to always. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with butt connectors. They're just not the best. Now, none of this is really going to be moving around. I'm going to have it all mounted inside of a box, but I'd still like to get it correct eventually. There's no markings on here whatsoever. Interesting. Okay. So I want to verify I have everything connected correctly and worry about the switch. Yeah, I did get a new soldering iron, Jack. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, and I haven't actually done any soldering yet. Turns out, oh, that's still hot. Okay, cool. Good to know. I haven't done any solder connections yet. I'm just using butt splices and spade terminals right now until I prove it works, and then I'll clean everything up later with soldering and butt splices. Okay, so I need to ask ChatGPT about that. Okay. Um, um, all right. Let's see what ChatGPT says about that. Oh, oh. Okay. High power already done. Battery. Okay. Boost output. Next step. Okay, Lee. You also have a measure power switch. If that okay. One moment, guys.
I made it.
Yeah.
You can't see.
Oh, hello, Jake. Hello, puppy. Bring him back inside. He doesn't want to be out here. Two holes on the positive pad. Okay. There's higher current flow than the but it's making a shake. Press the flash button briefly. How do I press the flash button? There's no button to press. Unless it's on here. No, none of these are buttons. Where is this flash button? Okay. All right, let's see what it says about the flash button. Oh. Not on the back of the camera pop or on the side. Only to the Arduino. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so now I need to wire the Arduino. Okay, so I need the Arduino here. So connect. Yeah. So this is all very fun and interesting, isn't it? So solid state, do not use the 5-volt pin, use VIN. So from your converter, which is this, no, that's not right. Shoot. What am I doing here? Top zone 24 12-volt converter. Hold on, guys. I gotta figure out what's what here. Back to my list. What the heck? Power converter. Oh, top 10 right there. Okay. So that's where to go. Oh, I haven't connected this yet. All right, I need to connect this now. So from the Thompson 12-volt converter to Arduino. Oh, okay. All right. So now I'm going to connect 12 volt plus to the Arduino. So I need some wire there. Some red wire. Sorry, I'm just kind of like thinking through things here while I'm also reading what ChatGPT is trying to tell me to do. ChatGPT is good at certain things. It's very poor at others. It's actually pretty good with something like this. What it's not good at is Excel. I had it write me this very complex Excel file and then gave me a bad output. So I got to get it a better one. But Gemini is really good at that. And that's what we're forced to use at work right now is Gemini. I'm actually kind of cool with it because it's really good at giving you a VBA code and troubleshooting. I've made some really cool stuff. So 12 volt plus to Arduino VIN. All right, we might get a light to turn on here soon, guys. All right. So this goes to the Arduino, which is, where'd I put that? Right here in the box. I've already programmed in what ChatGPT told me to program. Holy crap. So this is going to which? It says Arduino voltage in. I can't find that anywhere here. Where the heck is that? That goes into a breadboard. Where's voltage in? I don't see voltage in anywhere here. Oh my goodness, this sucks. I have to ask it where the voltage in is. Okay. All right. Let's see what it tells me. Okay, USB port. Around near the end of the row, maybe a little raw in some clothes. Okay. CSP. There's ground. Oh, then right there. Okay. Wow, that's just a single. So I really probably should have got a breadboard for this, but actually I have one somewhere. At one point in time, I did mess with some electronic stuff. Oh, all right, let's open up this bad boy. Oh, shoot. Ooh, almost lost that, but I didn't. I saved it. Okay. And I just dropped some. I didn't save them all. Oh, man. Got wires everywhere. Huh. So that's going to be really fun. Let's grab one of these red guys. Oh, those are all zip tied together. Okay, that's cool. Let's Oi. All right, let's try this again. Let's grab one of these red ones, pull it out. Okay. Okay, so this goes into voltage in, which is at the very end of the board. That's this one right here. All right, that connects to there. And then how the heck do I get this wire here connected to this here? I'm definitely going to have to solder that together. Holy crap. Like, I don't have a butt splicer that's that small. Okay. Like, that doesn't make a good connection. I'm going to have to cut that and strip it back. So let's do that. So let's cut that. Strip that back. That's a really tiny wire right there. It's going to be 18 gauge maybe. Nope, that's 22 gauge. Yep. Interesting. Let's grab it a little bit more. I don't trust myself. Okay. So here we go, guys. I'm going to do some soldering. So actually, I can solder to I've got one of these. I could actually solder it to that. Right? One of these little guys right here. I need another pair of hands. You want to come by and hold this for me? No, that's not going to work. Okay. I'll just solder one wire to the other. And hope for the best. Where are we at here? This one right here. So these two need to get soldered together. So let's do it. Grab a bit of heat shrink. I can cover that afterwards. And then we're going to add some solder to this guy. No idea what I'm doing. Just know there's some solder on there. Okay. Where'd my spool of solder go? Had it here somewhere. Shoot. Okay. Boy. Where did I set it? I set it down right here. I know I did. Just don't know where. Oh, you know what? I better put it in here. In this box here. Maybe. Nope. There's my other soldering tips. Not my spool of solder. Where the heck did I put that? Did I drop it? I might have dropped it. Dropped one of these little 4-pin connectors. Put that in that box. Where did I leave the damn solder? That's annoying. I set it down on this work table somewhere. I just don't know where. Oh my God, this is annoying. Let's move the battery out of the way right now. I don't need that. Arduino. Put in that box there. It's not there. Ah, there it is. Okay, found it. Let's unspool some solder. And where was I? I was soldering this. Okay. So this is going to go to this guy right here. So what do? Just hold them together, put the gun up against it, and then add some solder. Now let's tin this side. All right. Okay. And then put these together this way. And they should be end to end, right? Or it doesn't really matter. Actually, I can put it on the holder here and do it that way. So now I have a pair of hands to help me. Let me spool out some more of that solder there. How do people do this? Honestly, don't know. What's going on here? This is not working. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. I need more heat. Okay. No idea what I'm doing. Somebody help me. Let's see here. Can't explain over chat, but I could get in. I could talk you through it. Twist your wires together, then bend them. Oh, okay. Sure, I can do that too. I've tinned them though. So let me get rid of some of that solder on there. Okay. If you tin them, just melt them down. I tried doing that, but it's not getting hot enough. I've got it set to roughly 600 degrees. Do I need to go up more? I just don't know if there was enough heat because of how thick this wire is here. And I really need a third hand to make this work. All right, let's try this. Actually, I'm going to twist these together. Maybe that'll work. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut it. I'm going to go fresh. I'm just going to cut that wire back to where there's no solder. Start fresh. And then I can add solder to those wires. To make a good joint. In theory, that'll work, right? Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's a skill I never learned. All right, so technically you're supposed to go end to end, right? And twist it. I don't give a shit about that. I'm just gonna twist them together. All right, now I can add some solder to that. Let's see if that works. Heat that up. Oh, shit. Grab the needle nose pliers. I'll really twist them together. I'm using whatever came with this Walmart set. I don't think it's rosin core. I think it's just straight solder. What's going on? Let me see here. And if it doesn't work, I can just grab more wire. That's the beauty of this. It didn't come with flux. Yeah, there's lots of reasons why it might not be bonding. Could also be that I just have no idea what I'm doing and I suck at this. All right, this seems to be doing something. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Add a little bit more there. Oh my god, this is so janky. No, fucking A. God dang it. Okay, I'm gonna cut it back one more time and see what happens. That did not work. That just untwisted itself. And well, all right. I'm going to take this bad boy. I'm going to try to solder a spade connector onto it because I don't have a butt splice that's small enough for this. So I'm going to try putting that on a spade connector and then see what happens. Because I have one of these. It's already pulled back. Just the wire on the tip. we'll see here. So if I put this in here, this little spade connector, I should be able to get some solder on there. I just don't have I can hold it with my needle nose. There we go. That way I don't burn myself. And then add solder to that. It's just not getting hot enough. Well, those needle noses are acting like a heat sink too, so that doesn't help. Let's I'm going to crank the heat up a little bit. I don't know what a good temperature is for this, honestly. Fuck it, I'll go to 800 degrees. See how that goes. What would be a good recommended temperature? Heat to radiate through the wire. All the way up. Okay, cool. I'll go all the way up. Keith says all the way. He knows what he's doing. I have no idea. All right, let's give that a minute. All right, that's got solder on it. That's for sure. Let's get the other side too. That has solder on it too. That looks like crap, but it'll make an electrical connection. That's all I'm worried about right now. All right, let's clean this bad boy up. Put the other spade connector on here. That I can make as a crimp connection. Okay. All right, let's grab female. Okay. I think, in theory, I've got a solid connector. Fuck me, I just put female to female. Ugh. As hot as that is, doesn't work here. So, we cut it back one more time. I'm glad I put extra wire on here. Could have swore the other one was the male side. Mm-hmm. All right, let's grab a male connector. There we go. A male connector. Okay, that's on there. So that connects to here. Yay! Electrical connection. All right. Holy crap. If someone was doing this that knew what they were doing, we'd be done by now. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, so back to the Chat GPT to make sure I get this right. Whew. All right. All right, now I need to connect the ground side. So I basically just have to do what I did again to this. So I need some black wire. We're getting somewhere. We're almost there. We're going to turn a light on tonight, one way or another. What time is it anyway? Ooh, it's almost time to make dinner. All right, I'll grab some black wire. Doing chicken tacos tonight because that's what the kids wanted. I said okay. Why not? Taco Tuesday on a Sunday. Because here at Maker's Murphy, we go crazy. All right, let's unscrew that. Ooh, a screwdriver now. What'd I do with it? Holy crap, guys. Oh, there it is. Put it off to the side, not here. We're going to make a light turn on, I promise. I have not turned this off tonight until I make this stupid light come on. We're going to have a successful evening. Okay. And then tomorrow I get to go back to work and do a whole lot more coding. I'm absolutely loving coding, by the way, in VBA. Of course, I mean, the AI I'm using is doing all the work. But doing a lot of debugging, and so I need here. Like, I'm actually learning some of the code now. I don't really know C++, but I'm more familiar with C++, and a lot of the syntax is similar. But man, I've got this really awesome program I've written to generate random exams, and then I need a wire here. It can do all kinds of cool stuff. Besides just generating exams, it'll track student progress and how well questions do over time based off of how well the students score on questions, and a repository for all those questions that I create. I can generate reports. I can pull up old exams. Those will get saved. What did I... Oh, I didn't pull it out. I left it in there. There it is. I was going to say, oh, if I lose this. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold that with the needle nose pliers. Add a little solder. I didn't get any solder. Where'd the solder go? On the tip of the soldering iron. That's where it is. Oh, I still don't have solder on there. Okay. There we go. Big glob. Better job. All right. Okay, cool. I've got solder on there. All right. Let that cool off real quick. And then connect that to my ground. Ooh, I really melted that wire insulation a little bit. Ooh, that's wicked hot. All right, I'm going to let that cool on this heat sink here just for a moment. Absorb some of that heat. Yeah, so Excel, VBA, ton of fun. Love it. Like I've spent, I don't know how many hours now doing this, probably 20 or so. And just every moment I get at work where I can actually work with it, like I'm loving it. Absolutely loving working with VBA and learning and doing cool stuff. And eventually do some more spreadsheets that are really fun. All right.